Hey everyone, welcome back to Bistégs TV, your go-to channel for quick, delicious recipes that bring comfort to your kitchen. If you're craving something warm, hearty, and absolutely satisfying, you're in for a treat today. We're making a classic Filipino comfort dish, Macaroni Sopas. It's creamy, loaded with flavor, and guaranteed to be a family favorite. But wait, I'm not just giving you the usual recipe. I'll be sharing tips that make this dish even more mouthwatering, so stick around until the end. Here's what you'll need to whip this up: cabbage, onions, garlic, carrots, hot dogs, ground pepper, evaporated milk, macaroni, a pork cube, fish sauce, and a bit of cooking oil. Sounds simple? Trust me, the results are anything but basic. Let's dive in. First things first, we'll cook our macaroni. Boil it according to the package instructions until it's al dente. Remember, you want a bit of bite since it'll soak up even more flavor in our soup later on. Once it's cooked, drain and set it aside. Now let's move on to the star of the show, our rich, savory soup base. In a pan, heat up some cooking oil over medium heat. Once the oil's hot, toss in minced garlic and chopped onions. Stir until the garlic turns golden and the onions soften. This fragrant combo is the foundation of our dish and where all that savory goodness starts building up. Take your time. We want to extract every bit of flavor from the garlic and onions. Now, let's add our ground pork. Break it up and mix it well with the garlic and onions. As it browns, the flavors meld together, creating a rich, savory base that'll make this soup irresistible. Keep stirring until the pork is evenly cooked. You'll know it's ready when the pork is no longer pink and starts to get that beautiful golden brown color. But we're not done yet. It's time to take this dish up a notch with some seasoning. All right, now that our pork is nicely browned and packed with flavor, it's time to enhance it with some seasonings. First up, let's sprinkle in some freshly ground pepper. Don't be shy. This adds just the right amount of warmth and subtle spice to balance out the richness of the soup. Why ground pepper? It's a staple in Filipino cooking because it deepens the overall taste profile without overpowering the dish. Time to bring in the magic ingredient, fish sauce, or what we call patis in Filipino cuisine. It's a game changer. It's savory, salty, and add flavor. As you add the fish sauce, stir well to make sure every bit of that pork absorbs it. This isn't just about seasoning, it's about creating depth. The fish sauce seeps into the meat, turning it into something so savory and flavorful that you'll want to eat it straight from the pan. Now here's a tip. Once you add the fish sauce, let the mixture cook low and slow. We're talking about a gentle simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. Why? Because this slow cooking allows the flavors to really concentrate. The pork becomes tender and juicy, and every bit of seasoning permeates the meat, giving you an explosion of flavor in every bite. Take a moment to enjoy that mouth-watering aroma. It's the combination of garlic, onions, pepper, and fish sauce doing their thing. If your kitchen smells amazing right now, you're doing it right. That's how you build a deeply flavorful base that'll make this macaroni sopas stand out. Trust me, this step is what takes your dish from good to unforgettable. Once it's all cooked through and infused with flavor, we're ready to move on to the next layer of deliciousness. Now, here's where it gets even better. We're adding sliced hot dogs and chopped carrots. The hot dogs bring a smoky, savory touch while the carrots add a hint of sweetness. Stir everything together and let it cook for a few more minutes until the carrots start to soften. Next, pour in some water. This is the base of our comforting broth. Let it simmer until the water starts to boil. As it heats up, the flavors will start coming together, turning this into the ultimate comfort food. Now, here's where the magic happens. We're going to add our pork cube to give that final umami punch. This little cube is packed with concentrated flavor, making the broth richer and more savory. Drop it in and watch it dissolve into the soup, enhancing every spoonful with depth and complexity. At this stage, you're not just building a soup, you're layering textures and flavors, creamy, savory, crunchy, so each bite is as satisfying as the last. Let's give it a few more minutes to simmer, letting all those flavors meld together perfectly. You want to maintain a perfect balance, not too thick, not too watery. The broth should have a light, creamy consistency by the time we're done. As the water heats up, it's going to start soaking in all the flavors from the garlic, onions, pork, hot dogs, and carrots. This slow infusion of flavors is what gives macaroni sopas that soul-warming taste that we all crave. Now, the evaporated milk. This is what gives the sopas its rich, velvety finish. Slowly pour it in while stirring continuously. You'll see the broth instantly transform from clear to a creamy, luscious consistency. The pork cube really elevates this dish from good to absolutely delicious. As it melts, it combines with the garlic, onions, fish sauce, and evaporated milk to create that signature creamy, comforting broth that makes macaroni sopas so irresistible. Once the water's boiling, it's time to add our shredded cabbage. This adds freshness and texture, making each bite both crunchy and satisfying. As you stir the cabbage in, you'll notice it wilting almost instantly, but that's exactly what we want. It'll still have a bit of bite, adding texture to every spoonful. Let the cabbage cook for a few minutes until it blends smoothly into the soup. Now it's time for the grand finale, bringing everything together to create the perfect bowl of macaroni sopas. First, let's add back in our cooked macaroni. You'll notice that it's slightly firm. That's exactly what we want because it's about to soak up all that flavorful broth. As the milk blends in, the soup becomes beautifully smooth and silky. The key is to add the milk gradually, stirring all the while so the broth thickens evenly without getting too heavy. We want a perfect balance, creamy but still light enough. As we stir, the macaroni starts absorbing the broth, becoming tender, while infusing every bite with that rich, savory flavor. Be sure to give it a good mix so the pasta gets evenly coated and blends seamlessly with the other ingredients. And there you have it. Your creamy, delicious macaroni sopas is ready to be enjoyed. This dish is perfect for family gatherings or whenever you need a bowl of comfort on a rainy day. Absolutely perfect, creamy, savory, and with just the right amount of sweetness. You have to try this at home. Thanks for watching Bistégs TV. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more quick and easy recipes. See you next time. Cheers.